Coach, let's take their run, Celtics run out of it. What are you most proud of in terms of the way that you guys executed it?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we came to play from the jump. We were really strong defensively. We, for the most part, rebounded. We took care of the basketball, and we moved. We got stops. We got out and played early, like we keep talking about. Created opportunities for one another. That's a good defensive team, and we were able to play after stops with pace and quick decisions, and I thought that set the stage, and the first half was really solid. We came out, obviously, and had a great start to the second half, and overall a great road win.
You mentioned several things there in terms of positives. Is there something that stands out, though, in terms of positive reinforcement that you'll mention to your guys, in the locker room after?
Yeah, I thought our defense was strong, and I thought getting out and playing early, those are the two things we've really been trying to build on. So, there was, what we asked them to do defensively, they executed from the start, and that allows us to get out and play in an open floor, play with pace, and like I keep saying, playing against a defense that's in transition, not set and looking at us. So, those are probably the biggest takeaways.
Even though LaMarcus missed his first 4 shots, what impact do you feel like the lineup change had overall over the course of the game?
Well, we just need to look at different things. I think it picked up our pace. I'm not necessarily LA is not the fastest guy on the floor, but we played with pace. We played with ideas. We weren't stagnant. We moved the ball, and I thought we defended well. So overall, the spirit was really good. And that's what we've been asking from this group, is to have a great spirit and to try to pick each other up and push for more to get better.
I was going to say, is there a way to quantify? There was that, and then there was also, the discussion beforehand about you guys have to eventually get past these slow starts. Is there a way to quantify how much his spacing helped versus how much just the correct mindset to come out?
Yeah, I mean, I think both are important, but the mindset is something you can control every day. So our guys, their professionalism, their competitive spirit and connectivity were there from the start, and that's so important for our group. That's something that we can try to control every night and to start with the right mindset and mentality.
When you look at holding Tatum and Brown to combine 12 of 31 shooting, what was responsible for that and the focus that you had on those?
Yeah, I think we got back and got organized. Defensively, we were in good help positions, and we were physical. So I think those were, important characteristics of our defense, especially in the first half.
Coach, this is kind of a signature win in a way. You come into Boston, it's a team that is considered to be contending for the playoffs at least. Lead by 29, on the road, kind of take the crowd out of it for most of the game. Does this win feel different from other wins that you've had this season?
Well, it's a quality road win for sure. That's a team that's been playing great basketball. I think our team is, like we said, is on this kind of journey, this path to find an identity, and tonight was a step in that direction, and we executed. Other than when we took our foot off the gas a little bit, it was an outstanding performance and built a big lead, as you said, and those first 3 quarters were excellent. So, for us, it's about building and growing and trying to get better. We want to win games, but we also we want to grow, we want to improve, and we want to try to find an identity.
Steve, it seemed like, can you speak to Patty's performance? It seemed like whenever they were kind of trying to shave off the lead, he hit a 3 just to silence them.
Patty was unbelievable tonight, and he's just been so big for us this year. His spirit is incredible. His IQ and experience are amazing as well, and just the shot making is elite. So he does so many things for us, and that kind of ties the whole thing together.
He is on kind of a career best right now. I mean, I think he came in averaging 19.4 points per game, something like that. He's never had an average like that through his 5 games of his whole career. I mean, just what have you seen at him lately that maybe either wasn't there at the beginning of the season? It's just more minutes has given him more opportunities for all this.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's more minutes with Joe out. We need his shooting, but he's just such a professional. His mentality and the way he works and the way he gives to the group is unbelievable. So I think, he's such a giver in that respect that, he deserves these shots to go in, and he's got the guts to go and shoot them in tight moments as well. So he just brings a ton to the table for us outside of the shooting.
What did you see from Paul Millsap and James Johnson down the stretch that made you want to ride them all for them?
Well, I mean, I have confidence in both of them, but they were trapping, and so they were trying to speed up the game. We have two bigs in there that can, play on the perimeter, handle the ball, get the ball up the court, and they're experienced players. We've seen it before, so their experience and ball handling, I think, was important.
Coach, where does this team rank in terms of the most talkative teams that you've been around in terms of communication?
One of the quietest teams I've ever been around. Yeah. But they're starting to come out of their shell a little bit. Tonight was a bit more talkative, and the spirit is growing, so that's important. But we're not a loud group. But the spirit is growing. Guys are starting to come together and find that understanding with one another and the joy in playing together, and which is, as coaches, what we want. We want them to have fun out there, competing, playing for each other, trying to find solutions, and that was on display as well tonight.
In your experience,
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Beat her handily in the pun game. Scott and the Nets beat the Celtics handily in this game up in Boston, and it was something that you alluded to in the pregame show. The Nets had to get out to a fast start, and they did just that tonight.
Total domination. I think they set the tone early. They moved the ball, played tough defense. They were smothering the Celtics offensively, and they made open shots. They found guys cutting to the basket, got open looks, and it just carried throughout the game.
And it wasn't only the fast start at the beginning of the game. You said at halftime, it's going to be interesting to see the next 5 minutes of the third quarter, the first 5 minutes, rather, of the third quarter, because you want that intensity to keep up, and they did that.
They did, and it carried throughout the game. The first 5 minutes, I think they were 11 for 13 from the floor to start the second half, and they were just moving the ball, having fun like we talked about earlier. The chemistry is great, and that's the best total start to finish game they played all year.
The chemistry is great. Patty Mills, 7 for 10 from 3. We just saw him with Michael Grady. But another solid game from Cam Thomas. This is building off of Monday with the Cavaliers, but what did you like out of his game tonight?
His aggressiveness. He knows he's a young guy in the court, but he still has to be aggressive coming off the bench. They need those points because those starters come out. They need someone to fill those voids.
And he did that tonight for Steve Nash and company. Let's get to some highlights now from this one. And this is something we talked about all night long while watching the game. The ball movement of the Nets all night long, Scott, led to open looks and basically Patty Mills draining threes left and right.
And they knew who was hot at the time. They would find the mismatches out in the court, find the open guy, and made the right reads.
And DeAndre Bembry, he's another one. He was with the starting unit. He had a great game. He gets the dish there from Harden. Now he's on the receiving end from KD.
Yes.
So Bembry in the right place at the right time, but he makes his own luck.
Yes, he does.
Second quarter here. Good ball movement once again, and it's Javon Carter this time in the corner for 3. It seems like every time the Nets needed a big bucket, they got it from different members. Balanced scoring in this one,
And that's
Scott.
why that lead opened up to 29 points in the second half.
And here again is the Yam. As Ian and Sarah alluded to. The Yam from Kevin Durant. Third quarter, this time Durant with the steal, and he finds Mills for the lay-in.
Great passing, way to sprint the court.
That's
easy bucket.
2 inside for his range.
Yeah.